This dude said he was gonna shoot me.
Maybe I'll deal with your sorry ass.
What? I'm recording.
Why?
Cause I can.
So today's story is a perfect example of what happens when a racist road rager threatens to shoot a woman with her kids in the car over parking spaces. Yeah, they get exposed and probably fired. Now, there are some gaps in this story since much of the interaction wasn't caught on camera, but let me give you some context before we roll the video. On August 10th, a woman named Ray went to Dairy Queen in Arvada, Colorado with her 3-year-old son and 11-year-old brother after they'd spent the whole day playing basketball. And that's when things took a turn. Out of nowhere, this couple approached her, started throwing racial slurs, and even threatened to kill her. The next day, Ray posted a video explaining how it went down, saying, "The spot I pulled into was one of the 4 parking spots in front of the door. I was parked perfectly. The Jeep to the left of me was parked there first, but they were parked crooked. We were waiting in the car for our order to be done when the lady came out and started making faces at us, rolling her eyes, huffing her breath, shaking her head. So when she started walking past, I rolled down my passenger window to tell her I can move my car if she needs me to. She just had to ask me instead of being rude right away. She started cussing and that she doesn't need to stand there and listen to me." Now, according to Ray, she again offered to move her car after the husband came out and started acting out as well. But instead of diffusing the situation, the man came right up to the window, leaned in, and threatened to shoot her in front of the kids. And that's when she started recording.
This dude said he was gonna shoot me.
Hi. Hey, call ice on you. Maybe I will deal with you. Maybe I will deal with your sorry ass. Get out.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What? I'm recording.
Why?
Cause I can.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, yeah, hi.
My name's April.
Okay, so
Okay.
leave. What are you doing? Get in your car and leave.
Why? I don't understand why you're.
I'm minding my business.
No.
How about you mind yours and get in your car and leave? Get in your car and leave, fatty. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay for you guys to insult me, but I can't insult you, right? Yeah. He's pointing his gun at me. Go ahead. Go ahead. He's pointing his gun at me. Bye. I'll still record you from this way. I have my 2 kids in the car.
Unfortunately, the first part wasn't recorded, so we don't actually see the moment he made that threat or what led up to it. And because the window was rolled up, we also can't clearly see the gun he allegedly flashed before driving off, though you can definitely see him waving something. But from what we do see, yeah, these two are clearly unhinged. Because tell me, in what world is threatening to call ICE on someone over parking spaces ever justified? Now, Ray says she called 911 after the incident, but of course, the cops weren't much help. Since the video didn't catch the actual threat or showed the gun clearly, it's basically turned into a he said she said situation. And to make it worse, the couple tried flipping the story, telling police Ray was the one threatening them and pulling a gun first. So unless she could find more footage, like maybe from Dairy Queen CCTV cameras, there wasn't much the cops could do. I guess this is just another reminder of how important it is to record. Always record. Not just for your own safety, but because that video can end up being the only real evidence you have. Without documentation, a lot of cases like this just get brushed under the rug. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, don't hesitate, pull out your phone and hit record. Anyway, while police wouldn't give Ray the couple's info, once her video went viral, the internet got involved. And sure enough, people identified the woman as April Riddle, a limo driver for Sunset Luxury Limousines in Westminster. The guy wasn't immediately named, but on August 12th, Ray posted an update that provided some new details about the situation.
I guess. I don't know, there's not really much of an update. The cops told me then and there after, talking to me, after watching the video, after getting in contact with those other people, they told me straight to my face that it's a he said, she said. because they couldn't tell in the video that he was pointing a gun at me, and I didn't get on camera that he said that he would shoot me. So there wasn't anything that they could really do about it except, I guess, document it. And if anything else happens and they find out that he did say that, then we can go through with pressing charges. But other than that, they can't really, there's nothing that could really be done about it. So for everybody saying, oh, call the cops instead of recording, calling the cops was the first thing I did after I stopped recording. So I'm not stupid. And like, for the people saying that I should have just left because of my kids, like, yeah, maybe I should have, but in that moment I was so shocked that he just came up to my car and said that to me, especially when all I said to him was, I told her that I could move the car if she needed me to, and I get told to shut the fuck up, I will shoot you. So and for everybody else saying like, oh, you need to carry, you need to protect yourself, you need this and that, like, I have my CW. I do. So I do also know my gun laws, and I know that if I have to pull my piece out, and I better be ready to use it. And he didn't show his until he was already in the car and they were already backing away. Like, in that moment I was still nervous that he was gonna do something, but at the same time I keep it right here, right in my door, so if I needed to use it, it was there. So I know how to protect myself. I know how to protect my kid and my brother and my family. I took my class on it. I know how it works. So if you guys would have done something differently, then that's on you. But me, I'm also thinking about how I'm a mother, and if I would have done something while he was just standing there without anything in his hand, without having physically done anything yet, I know that I would have been the one who was in trouble. And even when she came up to my car, I knew it cut out, but anyways, I knew the risk of her coming up to my car and me still just sitting there with my phone in my hand recording. Like, I was thinking, what if she hits me? What if she like tries to hit my phone out of my hand? Like, I was thinking of all that, but I wanted to just record everything so I have that actual visual proof that something happened. If something happened, like, thank God nothing major happened. Like, if I was by myself, it would be a completely different situation, but I had kids with me. Like, and again, yeah, maybe I should have just left, but I wasn't thinking about leaving. Like, I just wasn't. But, I mean, just thank God that we are all safe, especially my kids.
So yeah, I believe Ray handled this right. She didn't pull out her own gun, which could have made things way worse, especially with kids in the car. But let's be real. If you're pulling out a weapon, you better be ready to use it. And if you strike first, that's no longer self-defense. But anyway, after getting so much backlash from the internet, April Riddle finally decided to speak out. She made a TikTok addressing the situation, but quickly went private. Luckily, Dinesh caught it. So let's see what she had to say.
This is April. I'm making this video as an apology to the woman at Dairy Queen in Arvada. I have been fired from Sunset. The gentleman in the video is no longer with me, and he has packed his things and he has left because of two people parking way too close to each other. I'm very sorry. This has all been blown way out of proportion on my end. There was no gun in the vehicle. I don't even own a gun. It was a knife. I'm not a racist. I am apologizing to her on my behalf and for the racial slur that he did. I shouldn't have to apologize for him, but he's not going to get up here and do it himself. So I'm not that racist person. And those of you who do know me know that I'm not, and that I'm not that kind of a person. The gentleman in the video is no longer with me, and he has packed his things and he has left. I don't know where he went.
So, first things first, you can tell April wasn't apologizing out of guilt. She just wanted the internet off her back. Right away, she tries to throw her man under the bus. Now, yeah, technically he did most of the threatening and gun waving, but that doesn't mean she's innocent here. Not to mention the fact that she tries to downplay it, claiming he only had a knife, not a gun. Like, does that make it any better? He still threatened a mom and 2 kids with a weapon. And let's be real, even her story doesn't make sense. She says it was a knife, but the dude literally said he'd shoot Ray. How do you shoot someone with a knife? Let's not forget their defense to the police was that they only pulled a gun on her when she pulled a gun on them. So how did the gun become a knife? Ray pointed that out too, responding on TikTok saying, "I never mentioned I had a gun. I never even told her beforehand that I have a gun. Her husband told her something before she got out because she says, I don't care if she has a gun or not. She's also trying to lie and say she never said anything to me, but in the very beginning before the recording, the whole point was that I told her if she needed me to move, I would, but she didn't have to be rude about it and make faces at us. She could have just asked nicely, and she responded rudely to that. She's also trying to lie and say it was a knife, but they told the police they only pulled out their gun because I pulled mine out first, which is another lie. I only ever exchanged words with them, and not once did I threaten either of them. As soon as he said he would me, I started recording the video. But wait, it doesn't even end there. A few days later, Ray shared DMs from people who knew April and her husband personally. And yeah, apparently their behavior wasn't a surprise to anybody. One person even described going through almost the same thing as Ray, where April and her husband, now identified as Alan, harassed her and her kid and even assaulted a bystander who tried stepping in. So yeah, turns out this isn't some isolated incident. And according to the people who know them, Alan definitely didn't leave like April claimed. In fact, everyone apparently knows how unhinged he is. And yes, he does carry. So odds are, it really was a gun. As for consequences, well, April claimed she got fired from Sunset Luxury Limousines after the company got hit with a flood of 1-star Yelp reviews calling them out for employing her. But here's the thing. The company never actually released a statement confirming she was fired. So either April was lying just to get people off her back, or the company just didn't think it was worth putting out a statement. That's where things stand for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.